I'm just going to leave this game in now. It's impossible, my guys. Hello YouTube and welcome to MTGA. Today we are going to have a look at Xanathar, Guild Kingpin in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by controlling the top of the opponent's library and then basically not have them draw a good card for the rest of the game. There was a very similar deck to this called Lantern Control back in Modern, if you remember that, and this is basically the same concept. So Xanathar allows us to look and play the top cards of our opponent's library. But if we, for example, thought distortion the opponent and we have all the answers to the creatures there, we know they're empty-handed, and now we look at the top. And then if we have a land on the top of the opponent's deck, we can just not play it, and then they draw a land, and there's not much they can do about that. So that is really, really obnoxious. So if they have something relevant on top, we can play it, right? But we also have other ways of milling the opponent out. So we have some cards that provide us repeatable mill effects to basically have a higher chance of the opponent having a useless card on top. Another way we can let the opponent have useless cards on top is with Paradox Engine, because if we have a couple of Mana Rocks and Paradox Engine, we can just play every card from the top of the opponent's deck, and then the cards that are left that we can't play are the second land drop. So we kind of guarantee that as well with Paradox Engine, but we can just get a huge amount of value from the Paradox Engine itself. The rest of the deck is a Dimir controlled shell with a discard effect, with the counter spells, like 3 board wipes, your usual stuff, a couple of ram cards to support the Paradox Engine, and also Xanathar is 6 mana, so we need to get there. Yeah, I think this this is it for the deck tech, and yeah, let's see how it goes in the upcoming games. We are ready to play against the Gitrock monster. And oh man, so this is probably the first game that I'm going to play here, but it's like the 5th one. People like just concede immediately after a mulligan against Xanathar. I don't know. Highly questionable life decisions, if you ask me. I mean, I know that a lot of people surrender if they're like against a certain commander because they don't like it. And I can understand why they do it, but at the same time, I'm a person that would love to have the commanders not sorted by power, because, for example, Kinnan has like an absolutely horrendous matchup versus Karizev, but he never gets paired against Karizev, right? So Karizev's win rate is low because she only gets paired against value piles, but if you pair her against like the competitive decks, she does quite well, but she doesn't get paired against the competitive decks because she doesn't perform well, because she does not. It's like a paradox, right? It's so annoying for me personally. But yeah, back on top of it, I'm not a person that thinks like I don't want to play against this commander ever, and it's like, but I can understand why people do it. And one of the least liked mechanics in Magic is getting your card stolen. I think like they had a survey on that or something like that. But yeah, in general, like people don't like get their cards stolen, and I guess that's reasonable. Okay, we Cold Steel Heart, and I think we can go for black. Should have attacked with the Thief of Sanity first, so to see what we get here. You may look and cast that card, you know, so we yeah, can't get anything else anyways. Now we Tails End their Gitrock monster. Okay, the Ipnu Deadlands are a Thief of Sanity, that's fine, I'm gonna Tails End that as well. And now I'm just going to drop the Xanathar. I'm going to, again, man, order is I'm just going to leave this game in now. It's impossible, my guys. I've been here for like what half an hour now trying to record a game, and people just surrender. We are ready to play against Vantress Gargoyle Queen. And I think that's a mulligan. With a blue, this would have been keepable, I think, but no blue, no keep. I think that's decent. They don't exactly start with land elves. I'm kind of fine. Yeah, perfect. Hive, Inquisition, and don't really. I think the Dreadhorde invasion being constant value is what I want to deny them here. So they priest, that is fine. I go island and I go Millstone. Next turn we can go Midnight Clock Millstone. Sure. Midnight Clock. Millstone. And I believe they just play Raska and minus my rocks. I think that's a reasonable play.
It's time to step
yep,
out of the shadow.
That's fine. So I think I can now do this. Time Warp. And play Xanathar, and now it gets removed by the Bone Splinters. Yep. Yep. To the command zone you go. They plus Raska, and I'm going to kill the commander here. Yep. Attack you. And I guess they can bring back creatures most likely. So I'm going to take that. And I'm going to play the untapped land in case I want to Millstone if they scry, or if they Okay, that's a Liliana Dreadhorde General. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah. Mindstone, I guess. Oh, Agonizing Remorse is so good. Problem is that they still have the Liliana to remove my Xanathar. Swinging at you. Remorse the casualties. Oh man, they have an infinite amount of removal for my commander. That sucks. The plus.
This looks like a fun new toy.
Ooh. I think I like going with. Wait, that Sprout is instant, right? That Sprout is indeed instant. Man, this is not great. Okay, let's run the Xanathar into the Death Sprout. Yep. Sure. They ramp. Guess that's fine. Xanathar goes back to the command zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to get one more land.
Rise and shine.
That's not one more land though. So let's attack with Hive. If they drew instant speed removal, that kind of sucks for us. Like they have drawn something here for sure. Otherwise they would have just played Raska and plus on a zombie, right? Draw 2 cards off of it. I don't know what the cat is doing over there, but it's something. Yeah, this is not our great matchup for sure. Yep. Maybe they have Deceit. No, it's timeout. Sure. Let's see. So I'm not sure if randomly milling somebody here is even okay, right? Sure, Death Sprouts here. I'm not sure if that even does anything. Okay, that's the eliminate. I thought as much basically. Yeah, they drew removal, and now I also have less mana. Guess milling them is okay. Not that it matters, because while I do randomly mill them, like the odds of drawing cards are still the same for them. For example, like this skeletal swarming could have just been the what? The third from top anyways. But yeah, I think I'll lose this game. I can't just try to hold on, right? I like should choose even, and that's like okay. Then I counterspell whatever comes down, but I can't stop the Liliana minusing on my Xanathar. So that's kind of bad for us. I really needed them to not draw removal for the land there, otherwise I could have played Xanathar as a threat right now, and then forced the Liliana to sacrifice itself to the minus. But as is, I don't see myself winning this. Yep, Liliana ticking up, close to ultimate. And I think they play Raska out. Okay, not much better. Gotta counter that. Do I have something that's relevant in my graveyard? I don't think so. Yep. Xanathar. Wait, no. Oh yeah, I sacrificed the land. Okay, I done. Yeah, I can't stop the Lily ultimate. Like they uptick, and it could draw removal, but then I'm not drawing lands for this. So GG. We are ready to play against Harold, or yeah, it's Harold, King of Scamfar. Man, their commander is actually not that relevant, so Wash Away doesn't do too much, but if I draw one Black Thrust, I can cast Crippling Fear, and that is pretty good. So yeah, let's do that. Ooh, would you look at that? It's a black source. So good at Magic, look at me. Mom, I did it. Thought Collector, sure. And Honored Heirloom. We have to play this over the midnight clock. Otherwise we don't have the guaranteed black next turn. War Master, sure. This is a really good port to Crippling Fear. So add black here, leave the land open. And then everything gets minus. Advisor, sure. Maybe they play the commander. No, they don't. Like, Wash Away is actually not that effective against Harold, because... Oh, that is an effective card against Harold, though. Yeah, sure, I followed up with the Xanathar. At least have to spend some resources to keep it off the board. If they don't, they're in big trouble because I just hold up Wash Away. Yeah, Baleful Mastery, that is fine. That takes their whole turn. Yep. Swarm Mage, sure. And now I will proceed to... Yeah, I'm just going to go Midnight Clock and Ashiok uptick. Start establishing a board presence and try to win off of that. Okay. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is odd, even, odd. Yeah, I'm just calling odd on that, right? Yep, Herald. End of the attack. Oh yeah, this is so beautiful. I'm going to jump with the Nightmare. I think that's fair. Just keeping it healthy. Yep. So now we call odd. We go Asher plus. This doesn't give mana. If this would give mana, I would bounce it. And then I hold up Wash Away as an actual counter spell or Brainstorm. I mean, and Brainstorm. I can also just hold up the Honored Heirloom to, that's fine, honestly. Yeah, sure. Hit my Ashok. I don't like Ashok's ultimate is not a really good ultimate, so I don't really care for it. Sure. And then I will take my time to destroy this Field of the Dead. I messed up. Wrong order. Now I can't Brainstorm. Wanted to Brainstorm first and then shuffle the remaining cards. Oh well. Grab a black. I think it doesn't make sense to Brainstorm here, unless I want to really hit something specific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana for Xanathar anyways, and the Wash Away doesn't really protect him. So yeah, just plus, I guess, Xanathar. And if they remove him again, that is just fine, because just now I'm just going to uptick Ashok again and again and again, and will be problematic for them. They currently don't have the time to deploy, to use their Field of Ruin as well on my Inventors Fair. Return upon the tide, sure. I'm going to block this with the Nightmare. Yep. Let's see what's on their top. It's a land. The big problem is this Elvish Warmaster activation. So if they get a land, they can actually do that. So for once, I don't want to leave a land on top. I said while they have another land on top, I guess. So it'll go Death Touch, huh? So let's minus this Warmaster. What did they exile? Dwynen's Elite, okay. And I like the Cold Steel Heart here. Going for blue, I guess. And then we end step. Yeah. We either hold up Wash Away, which we won't need because we know every single card in their hand. Well, we could counter the Elvish Warmaster, right? Because that is an actually threatening card. Yep, all the creatures get menace, that's fine. They attack Ashiok with them. Yep, totally fine. Because now they spent their whole turn on doing that. And now I can go for a Brainstorm into Inventors Fair. If I Brainstorm in their end step, okay, I was going to say if I Brainstorm in their end step, they should, in response to the Brainstorm, kill the Inventors Fair. But now that happened, I'm just going to do this. I don't need the Whir, I believe, because I already have the Millstone. Like I have the 2 cards, Paradox and Millstone, anyways, that I want. So like, kind of defeats the point. But I could also go with a Mana Rock, but no, I think it's fine. 3 mana per card I play is probably good enough. Yep. And Inventors Fair is searching Paradox Engine. Yep. Xanathar. We go you. We go you. Millstone. We go... Oh, I also just noticed that I have 2 command towers. Funny. So a few people asked me in earlier videos, how do you tap everything like this? It's the press Q twice. It's also in the default options, but I'm not doing that here because I don't want to tap my... Well, that's fine. I don't want to tap my lands here. Yep, sure. And now they continue to draw forests, which is kind of problematic. The only problematic card is the War Master. Maybe I should have countered that. They should attack with everything, right? You know, that's fine. I'm going to wash away their commander. Arc Druid, sure. War Master. I'm basically banking on getting a... Like, I'm going to see a lot of cards next turn with the Midnight Clock as well. Because I can't just activate it. So I get a reshuffle, basically. Ooh, damn it. I wanted to... Damn it, Carla. I wanted to end step Midnight Clock. Oh, that's a Harness Infinity. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry, opponent, that it had to turn out the way it did, because this is disgusting. Dark Ritual. And I could have Spell Pierced and then paid for it. Or not paid for it, same thing, but I don't think I need the Spell Pierce. Harness Infinity. I could also go for... Yeah, I think I like that. Going to mill myself first. And then Harness Infinity here. Yep. We now call... Yeah, this is so over. I'm just going to tap out, I don't care. Because now go get Refined Broker. We're going to call Beholder on this. Crippling Fear. Yep. We're going to... Yeah, and they surrender because they realized what's going on. GG. We are ready to play against Serarak, the Archlich. And I think this is a mulligan. I think this might be a keep. Sure. Let's go with it. Yep, beautiful. We can Infernal Grass, but I'm not sure they even play a creature, like, except Ornithopter. Yeah, sure. And we go Soaring Thought Thief. Would be funny if we mill their Paradox Engine randomly. Speaking of Paradox Engine, that is a pretty good draw in our deck. Yep. And Lantern, your go, opponent. Signet, yeah, they're ramping and they just need the Paradox Engine now. And then they got the win. Unless... Yeah, sure, I go with my own Paradox Engine. Like, if they have Paradox, I don't think they can play another card with it. It has to be a 2-mana card with the Paradox as well. That's kind of a mana rock for the deck, I guess. I guess it's pretty cool. Also, really speeds up the combo, but like, yeah, I think it's cool, but it's not necessary. That helps getting the Serarak down earlier, though. I guess that's pretty practical. Okay. And I think I will just Infernal Grasp their Azcanta, because I need to have the counterspell for what it's called, Paradox Engine. So what can I get here? I can get a 3 CMC artifact. I guess that's a rock, right? So that's probably more valuable than saving a bit of life from the Azcanta. Oh no, wait, I'm stupid. I could have killed it here. So if they play it again, I'm just going to do that. Okay, no. Because I can just Whir, or X equals, no, it's X equals 3, and then Paradox untaps my permanence, and I get an untapped rock off of that, so I can play the Grasp. They kill the Soaring Thought Thief, that's fine. Yeah, sure, that doesn't hit my Xanathar. And I think the best rock to get in this situation would be either the Celestis or the Mana Geode. Let's go with Celestis. Yep, because now we're just chilling, right? Although I kind of like... Yeah, we still have to hold up the counterspell, so that's why I like this line of play. Price of Fame, sure. We basically... The only thing we don't want to happen is the Paradox Engine, and we will counter that. Let's move Azcanta into the command zone, and the Celestis can give us continuous value here. Solemn Simulacrum, sure. Resolve. So, Azcanta happens. I'm getting slowly drained here. I could kill their Azcanta now. Let's do that. Increase their mana cost for upcoming turns. Sure. Yep. Resolve. Labyrinth of Scoffos. I am not scared of that at all. Okay, now I... Sure. Could activate Celestis now, but it's getting night anyways, so... Yep. Celestis. It's fine. Draw, discard. I don't think I need the Languish. Yeah. I can just Baleful Mastery, the Azcanta as well. Yep. They should have attacked with Guardian Idol as well. Yep, Bonta's Monument. And we just exile the Azcanta again. Just so we can get a bit of breathing room here. They're going to play it again, right? But like then they only played like 2 cards in the turn, which is enough for Celestis, by the way. Yep. So let's see. We have 2 counterspells for... Like I just need to draw a land here. That is all I need to do. Yep. Are you a land? That's not an untapped land. That's an untapped land. Oh, nice. And now this is getting ugly, because now we can defend our Xanathar with a counterspell while still holding up the Disdainful Stroke, or we are protected against Thoughtseize effects. Yep. Counter that. Untap my rocks again. Blood on the Snow, and honestly, yeah. Shields down, but let's go. They can break even on mana cost pretty well though. They just have so much to do. I think I like the Vantress Monument tech more and more. Just like seeing it happen. Okay, that's an eliminate. That doesn't have a target. Funny. So I could let it go to night. Yeah, sure. Paradox Engine. And activate Castle Lockthwain, taking 1 damage, but that's for sure worth a card. Kill the Solemn Simulacrum, they draw a card, I guess, and that's going to be the eliminate. And now I see what the next thing is. Oh, they just didn't. You may draw a card, interesting. They just chose not to. So I can gain 2 life here with Celestis. Sure, I like that. Yep. And then we go into... I think no attacks is fine. Celestis, yep. Gain 1 more life, don't need the miscast. We know for a fact that what they draw. The problem is they can now just spam a Sararak here a ton of times, and that gets them what? What dungeon are they? Phandelver, right? So they draw cards there. Gets a land. So let's see. Phandelver. Okay, they have... Yeah, they can dig pretty deep here. And that is actually pretty problematic. Yeah, man. Vantress Monument seems legit in these kind of scenarios. But... wait, is there even a but? Can I even come back from this? I don't know. Like, because I need to kill them eventually. They top. Interesting. Mad Mage, sure. That's kind of fine. Oh, that's a land on top. Yikes. So... I think they top land here. Wait, can't even see what card I haven't had. That's a Cold Steel Heart, sure. So what can we do now? Could I activate the Ipnu Rivulet? I think I like that. Then we mill them. So and then we see what we can get from there. Yep, that's a Dark Ritual. Oh man! This would have been so good for us. Okay, Dark Ritual. That's a Feed the Swarm. That doesn't hit artifacts, right? Could you also stop? Cat is doing things. Creature or... Can you stop playing around with the light? You're so cute, but I don't need you right now. Yep, we go you, we go you, we activate Celestis, let's see what we can get. Yep. That's a Seagate Restoration. I guess that kind of works. So we now kill one of the creatures here. Oh, that's a Crawling Barrens, that's a win condition. So let's play the Crawling Barrens. Let's play... Oh, we can get so much life off of that. That's so good. So... Murderous Rider. Yep. Yep. Go on. They have a land on top. That is fine. We can... We can tap. Tap. Draw 1 card here. Oh, also should have tapped for blue. Okay. We go with a Celestis activation. Yep. Oh, that's a Grim Tutor. That is what we're talking about. So Grim Tutor. And is there anything that just gains me a shit ton of life or removes the Bontos Monument? That's interesting. Could also go with Time Warp, just to pressure them. Currently thinking. Is there any way we can deal with this board? Yeah, there is the Blast Zone, but... We could also go for Ashiok, minus the Ashiok, but then they get rid of something else, so that doesn't matter too much. Kind of like Scheming Symmetry, honestly. Or do I? No, I kind of don't. Don't get to draw a card immediately here. So let's just go with a Time Warp. So gain some... what we do now is we float some mana, right? We Time Warp. Yep. We break even, we go beyond with the, Castle Lochthwain. Sure, we can now use Celestis. So now it's night again, but we played 2 or more, what's it called? Cards, so it's becoming day again. We can activate Crawling Barrens as well. Yeah, and we start swinging in. I kind of like this line of play. Like I go pretty deep here. Yep. Celestis activates. Yes, we do want to do that. Don't need you. Oh, a Millstone. That's pretty good. So now we start out. Is that even? Yeah, that's probably lethal with the amount of mana we can produce here. So start out by every single bit of mana helps, right? So I start with opponent sacrifices a creature because now I'm looking to win with this Crawling Barrens. So now I can't tap everything because otherwise I tap the Crawling Barrens with it. So Immortal Sun. That is fine. Tap. Tab, tab, we go with the Millstone. And then we mill them and hopefully, we basically just want to get more and more and more mana. We also know that they have a ton of rocks in their own deck. So mill you. Yep, there is one of the rocks I was talking about. Oh, that's a Panharmonicon. And now I'm just looking to kill them with Crawling Barrens. So we're storming off from the Paradox decks with their own deck, and they tap their Labyrinths of Scoffles. Not that it would matter because I have a Ghost Quarter in theory. This is quite painful to do manually though. I wish I could double cube, but I can't. Yeah, Yep, play Panharmonicon. Oh, we should have hold full control. Does it still work? Because now we should, in response to the Paradox trigger, we should have milled with the Millstone. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. Resolve. We're using the opponent's deck to storm off, which is, not gonna lie, that's pretty hilarious. Oh, destroy target creature. That's a passive effect, right? So, I think I like drawing with the castle here. Oh, I should have not tapped these Celestis. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, now I have to do something ugly here, and that is going to be this little play. Because I really need the life from the Murderous Rider. Ooh, that's a Grim Tutor. That's a Grim Tutor. Yes, put back my commander into the command zone. Thank you very much. I moved to the next phase! Okay. Now we do this, apparently. Okay. Grim Tutor. Yep. I don't have something like a Torment of Hellfire, so this really hurts. I can check for traps there. There is Sararak, which is going to greatly reduce their amount of... I kind of like that, actually. Just get rid of the Sararak for one turn. Yep, so what we're doing is I was thinking about about a painless way of doing it, basically. Hold full control. Yep, that's the land on top. Millstone them. And with a check for traps, we can get their Sararak out of the way. That would have cost, like, what? 8, I believe? So they wouldn't have enough to drain us out there. Yeah, that was kind of scuffed, but GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. And yeah, Xanathar Guild Kingpin is a pretty fun deck in Historic Brawl. We didn't really get to lock the opponent out in the games. Well, kind of, right? But we basically stormed off with the opponent's deck, which was pretty hilarious. Then the one little misclick, right, that was kind of annoying. But the main problem, as you can see, is when you want to actually use activated abilities of like things that tap for mana, and then you double Q, and it's just it just takes a lot of time if you can't fast tap. Yeah, kind of wish there was a function where you could say, okay, if I fast tap right now, exclude this card. That would make things so much easier. Anyways, if you want to build this deck, what do you need? What can you cut? Honestly, you can cut the Paradox Engine if you don't own it, but I highly recommend crafting that anyways. You probably still keep the rocks just because you need the ramp. Like, there is not a single thing that you desperately need. You just need a little bit of everything. You need some ramp, you need some interaction, but there is like a multitude of ways how you can achieve that. Yeah, extra turn, you don't need it. Yeah, this is like everything is good, but nothing is super necessary kind of deck. Yeah, like, honestly, if you want to craft this deck, just start with the staple cards. Also, on the topic of staple cards, I am going to release a crafting guide for what I consider historic Brawl staples in the format, so watch out for that. And yeah, if you enjoyed this deck, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.